Hello everyone. Today we are building an AI chatbot using Groq's lightning fast API, Streamlit and DeepSeek R1 model. So without any delay, let's dive in. This is the web interface that we are going to build today in our video. You can find chatbot settings in the sidebar which contains Groq API key. We will find what is meant by Groq and how to get the Groq API key in the few moments. And here you can find the model parameters. There are temperature, max tokens, top P and frequency penalty. Temperature means where it controls the randomness of the text, and the lower temperature means the more focused output, and the high temperature means the more creative output. And here is the max tokens, which means that the number of tokens required to generate the next token are called as max tokens. And the next one is top P, which also controls the randomness of the text. And the last one is frequency penalty, which controls how often the words are repeated in the generated text. And here you can find a clear chat button. On clicking of this, all the history will be deleted. And this is the prompt generated by user, and here is the timestamp. Then this is the response for the prompt. So to differentiate between two these, we have added icon slash user icon and AI assistant icon. So this is the chatbot we are going to do in our video. So before diving into code, let's check out about Groq and about Groq API. Let's go to documentation, and here we can see the Groq cloud is used to get fast LLM inference, OpenAI compatible, simple to integrate, easy to scale, start building in minutes. Here is the quick guide. I will give the link in the description, and let's start how to use this. Here we can get the API key here. This is the code for to use Groq. This is the kernel in JavaScript, in Python and JSON. So for all this we required first we required API key. So to get API key, go to here and you can create API key. Once you create, you can't again get back. So while creating, give something any random name, say random. Then on clicking of submit, an API key will be generated. Once you copy, you won't get again. So copy it and place it somewhere. Don't try to copy that. I will delete anyway. Yeah. So now let's dive into the code. So first we will import all the dependencies. First we import Streamlit as st, and then we will import Groq, and to import Groq we should write from Groq import Groq, and we also require datetime. From datetime for datetime. So we also install them. We install Streamlit Groq. This may take some time to install. As you can see, as U2 Anaconda, you can see requirement already satisfied. Now we are going to keep the page configuration as using Streamlit. Streamlit.set page configuration. First we will be keeping page title as DeepSeek R1 chart. Then we'll give something as layer center. We will save, and let's see the web interface once. To run the file, execute the command streamlit run file name .py. Will automatically open the browser. It will run in the port localhost 8502, and here you can find the title DeepSeek R1 Chatbot. Even if you want change the icon, you can keep the icon as something page icon, and you can keep any emoji here, any favorite emoji. For now, let's remove this, save it. First we will stop the execution. Now we are going to keep the sidebar like this. So for that, first we have to give the sidebar title as chatbot settings. So let's start implementing sidebar. The title is going to be chatbot settings. Then we are taking input from the user, the Groq API key. So this is the input box. API key is equals to st.text input, and we will be displaying placeholder as Groq API key, and let's mention the type as password. And even if you see, the next thing is we are keeping a link to the to get Groq API key. So let's make that. To do that, we should use streamlit.markdown, and let's keep the link. Get Groq API key. To bind it to the link, we have to do like this: https console dot wait a second. I think here it is lost. Yes. Yeah. Console dot groq.com slash keys. Yeah. Now save it and again start running. Every time you open, it will be open in the new tab. So close the previous one. It is running, and here you go. Here you can see this. Here you can type anything and see how beautifully it is showing. And by clicking this, you can navigate to Groq API keys. Yes. And now add this model parameters, add sliders. You can increase this temperature, decrease, and this max token also. Now let's do this. First stop the execution. Then we'll keep the variable name as temperature. Temperature is equals to, we need a slider, right? So st.slider temperature this is the base value and this is the highest value, and this is the initial value. Next, max tokens, same st.slider, we'll name it as max tokens, and the base value is 100 and the maximum value is 4096. The base value initial value is 1024. Next, top p st.slider top p, base value is 0.0, highest value is 1, and the initial value is also 1. Next, frequency penalty. frequency penalty equal to st dot slider frequency penalty, and the base value is 0, highest is 1, initial value is 0. Let's save it and rerun it. It is running, and here we go. We have created the sliders. Now we have to create a button like clear chart. Before creating this, let's create the messages history. Now let's keep the page title as st title as DeepSeek R1 chatbot, and let's keep some caption as powered by Groq API. Let's see this. Here is the title, DeepSeek R1 chatbot, and here is the caption. Now let's initialize our messages. If messages is not in st dot session state. When you first time visit the web interface, then the message array will not be present. So that time we will initialize the array to be empty. So messages is equals to empty array. So for the user message, we will give the avatar as user, and for the AI assistant message, we will give the avatar as some AI assistant avatar or some emoji. For message in st dot session state dot messages. So here is the avatar for role equal to user, and for AI assistant this is the avatar. Now we'll keep the role and avatar st dot chart message of role avatar is equals to avatar st dot markdown as message of content. Then the caption will be the timestamp st dot caption f underscore message of timestamp. Now let's create the prompt input. Prompt, if prompt is entered, where it takes the input from the user st.chat input, and we will keep the placeholder as how can I help you. If the prompt is entered, and we should verify whether the API key is entered by the user or not. If there is no API key, we will display as st.info. Please enter your Groq API key to continue. Then we will stop the execution. st.stop. If not, if there is any API key, then we will continue. Timestamp is equals to datetime dot now dot start time str time, that should be in hours, continued by minutes, then seconds. Then we will append the prompt to our messages. Session state dot messages dot append as the role will be user and the content will be in the prompt variable. Content is in prompt. Then the timestamp will be timestamp. Yes. Now we will print the prompt with st dot chat message as the role is user and the avatar is this one. We'll keep a markdown sc dot markdown. The markdown will be prompt. Then the caption is nothing but timestamp. Now we are going to do the big thing, that is we are going to connect with our DeepSeek LLM model using Groq. So this is our client. Groq of API key is equals to API key, and we'll get the response from the model. Response is using client dot chart dot completions dot create, where the model is equals to DeepSeek R1 distill llama 70b. Then messages is equals to role, message of role. Then the content will be message of content. This should be an object. For m in st dot session state dot messages, like we are going to pass all the messages to the model, and also we are going to pass the temperature as temperature is equals to temperature. Then max tokens is equals to max tokens. Then top p is equals to top p. Then last one is frequency penalty equal to frequency penalty, and we are going to keep something as stream is equal to false. And then the AI response is equals to, we need only the latest message, so we are going to get that response dot choices of 0 dot message dot content. Then the timestamp will be date time dot now dot str of time and so hours, minutes, and seconds. Now we are also going to save this message in our messages array using st.systemstate.messages.append. We are going to give role as assistant, then the content will be AI response, then we are going to give timestamp as timestamp. Now we are also going to print them with st.chart.message role is assistant and the avatar is equals to robot avatar. Then we are printing now st.markdown as a response. Then we will give the caption as timestamp st.caption timestamp, and as it is a try block, we also handle the error case using catch. We also catch the error using except block, except exception as st.error as something like error generating response, and we'll also into the error using str of error. Should keep it. Now let's save this and rerun it. Oh, we have got an error. Let's see. 32, 30. Yeah, let's see. Oh, should not be a string. Timestamp. Caption. Let's see. Yeah, now it is perfectly working. As there is no Groq key, it is showing the error as please enter your Groq API key to continue. Now let me enter my Groq API key. Press enter. Now let's ask the same question. Differentiate between fetch and axios. Let's keep temperature as 0.5 and max token as 4096, top pay as 1 and frequency as 0. Now let's enter. Here you can see the user icon and the timestamp that I have entered, and this is the response from the DeepSeek, and here is the timestamp. Here you can also find all the thinking of the model from here to here. Even if you want to showcase this thinking in some less opacity, you can also do that. And here is the response from the DeepSeek. That's it. And we should also implement this clear chart button. Now let's implement that functionality also. And let's create that. If st.sidebar dot button clear chart we should keep the message to be empty again. Messages is equals to empty, and we should rerun the total thing. Rerun. Save it and let's rerun it. One thing high. Oh, again I should give the API key. Let's say as high and clear chart. Everything is gone. Yeah, this is the simple AI chatbot using DeepSeek R1 model and Groq lightning fast API. Thanks for watching.